Welcome everybody back to another episode on the Siege SMP server. Today is episode 8, and as you can probably tell from behind me, this place looks a little bit different from last time. I have I've all but finished the terraforming to the ground just outside the skeleton farm, so that we can get our arena down at some point later today. Now, I'm going to start by making out, obviously, the layout to the arena, but I don't think this space is big enough for the arena that we originally had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the arena up, and I'm going to try and plot out the corners of it to see if it fits. Now, before I do that, I want to show off the skeleton farm again, because, again, I've been working down here. Now, I would have had an episode out yesterday, but I spent about two and a half hours trying to make this contraption work. So obviously you'll notice the chests have been moved and organised. These are both now bows. And this is what I was trying to figure out. Basically, what I was trying to do is get all of this area which I dug out here. I was trying to get chests of the armour when they've been separated to basically go into dispensers. Now, it didn't matter what dispenser they ended up going in. I just wanted them to be random, but turns out I couldn't just have it so that the bottom two filled up and then the top two. It ended up having to be bottom, top, which I don't think it'd work unless we had a steady stream of armor flowing in as quick as people took it out. So obviously these chests actually have separated all the armor out, so this is what eventually I want to do, is I want to have a central chest where all the armor gets taken from the non-stackable item separator, which, by the way, I repopulated the world again, and something absolutely amazing showed up right nearby. Look at this. I had a zombie spawner, of all things, spawn up here. Now, I've obviously looted it and seen what there was, but there's two new spawners near the skeleton farm now. There's that zombie one there, and there is a spider spawner just, if you like, dig my cobble out here and go down that way. There's a spider spawner down there in the cave as well. Which means we've got string, I guess, but we don't really need string because we've got the bows from the skeletons. Now, each episode, I've come up with a ritual here. What I want to do is use this free armor thing to get a random set of armor for every episode to get equipped. So we'll see what we get on episode 8 then, shall we? So it's about 5 armor bars. It's probably going to be a mix of gold, leather, and chain. Yep, see, there you go. 2 leather and 2 gold pieces. Now, obviously, what I'm going to do here is I'll restock it up, and then I guess I will catch you guys on the surface when I've got my blocks ready to test the arena build. Alright, everybody, so I've got the world up next to me here so I can kind of copy it, and what I want to try and do is to start off by centering the build. So I'm presuming that the far wall will be on here. So if this is the outside wall, I'm going to try and think about this from the inside first. So, outside wall, I think it's going to be I'm just kind of wandering in 2 worlds at once here. It's a 2-block gap, so 1, 2, and then it's the next bit. So obviously on the center there's a 3-wide doorway, so we'll put that there. So then I can obviously take a step back in the world, and I can take a peek at what we've got. So what it is this. I'm going to plan it out very, 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 very vaguely on the ground. Now, this is what happens when you try and use 2 worlds at once. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, that, then it's 1, 2, 3, that, and then 1, 2, 3, and then you can immediately see our problem already. Because this is a very big build, and it means some of this mountain's going to get chopped. Let's try this side, because it might be worth just bringing it over a couple blocks. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, that, 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, it's probably going to be best if we have a look at this first and see where this gets us to. So that's the edge there. That actually is enough space on that side. I feel like if we build this arena centrally, we're just going to have to flatten out a lot of this area, and then I can terraform it afterwards to blend it into the mountains and stuff. Now, the main priority is to get the inner ring done, because the inner ring is almost the annoying section, basically. So then from this bit, we put a block here, we break that, and then that's why I brought my shovel along. So give me a sec, everybody, to dig some of this out, and I'll try and plan out the bottom layer. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, that is the this is the initial shape of the inner ring on the arena. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So I guess what I'll do here is I'm going to build up the inner walls, and I guess I'll do a time-lapse for that, and I'll see you guys when the time-lapse is done. Probably not going to get to the outer ring today because it looks like I'm going to need to do some terraforming, but I want to get the inner ring built so that I can start planning and digging out underneath of it to deal with the skeletons off camera that I can show you next time. So I hope you all enjoy this time-lapse of me building the arena. Here we go. all finished. That actually took a surprisingly long time to do. But that is basically the shape that we had going in the old one. We have the exact dimensions of it. Now all we need to do really is terraform it and get the outside ring back to us again. I think that's everything I need to do on this arena. Now, the next things I'm going to have to do is obviously the outside ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that off camera. And then I will show you that, guys, next time. Because that is a lot of work to terraform and build an outside ring. I won't do the roof because I think I'm going to do something different for it. Because obviously we need to also think of a way that we're going to light this place up. And obviously how the skeleton mechanic is going to work. Is it going to be blocks in the floor that they get pushed up through? Because obviously I think what we're going to do is at some point now is go and get the skeleton farm. Is I'm going to go and move the water chamber pipe. Because you can see the pipe is... Where is it? It's here. So I'm going to move this. And I'm going to get it in the center of our arena. So that we can at least see what we're dealing with. And then I guess we'll try and figure out a way to split it 4 directions maybe. So that it comes out the 4 chambers on each side. I don't know. I'd have to think about this really. But that is all for today's episode, everybody. I hope you've all enjoyed. We've made the first little bit of building progress on camera. We're starting to build our original arena. I feel like this would be a cool area for the arena, because then we could have a pathway going up there towards Kaylee's build on the mountain. I can put in a dirt path there, cutting through where the middle of my screen is. You see if it goes from that pillar, it'll curl that way, and then there towards the skeleton farm. Skeleton farm will have a new entrance on one of the 4 entrances, because I think the main entrance I'm going to use will probably be this one. I think this is the main entrance. That one will probably be not used. And then obviously we need a way to go into this area, because it looks like this is a vastly unused area. So this could be where the participants come from maybe, because obviously that would be a spectator side, because there is one of the things on the arena is where like there's an entrance with a couple of chests in. I think that one could be this one here. And obviously we'll do like a little glass window so that you can see through it without being shot at. We'll have to design an arena where it doesn't look stupid. We can come up with cool ideas for like PvP inside this arena, or we can use it for PvE. I want to make it multi-purpose. I think that is a good idea. And obviously, these people can easily stand on if they want. They can just raise them up. I think these were meant to have glowstone in, but cyan will seem to be what I had in them, so I guess that's what I'll be using. I think if I make it out of materials that mobs can't spawn on anyway, so that should prevent the natural spawns. But I don't think we're using natural spawning anyway, so we could implement like glowstone, torches, redstone lamps. We could make a really cool atmosphere inside this arena. But that is all for today's episode, everybody. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I guess I will see you all again in the next one. Bye-bye.